Kotlin Desktop, Lesson 17, Rich Text and Markdown. Today we build a split-pane Markdown editor with live preview using commonmark-java. Here's the app we're building. A Markdown editor with a live rendered preview side by side. Type Markdown on the left, and the right panel shows styled text instantly. Headings, bold, italic, code blocks, lists, and links. We use the visitor pattern to traverse the markdown-AST and build an annotated string for Compose. We start with a new Compose Desktop project. The settings file sets our project name to Markdown Editor. The Gradle wrapper ensures everyone uses the same Gradle version. Our build file uses Kotlin 2.1 and Compose 1.7.3. The key new dependency is commonmark, a Java library for parsing Markdown into an abstract syntax tree. We add Compose Desktop, Material 3, Material Icons, and commonmark. The Compose block sets our main class. Source directory created. Setup complete. Now the core of our app, the Markdown parser. This converts Markdown text into styled annotated string for Compose. We import annotated string, SpanStyle, and the commonmark node types. Four colors define our theme: purple for headings, green for code, cyan for links, and muted purple for block quotes. The parse markdown function creates a commonmark parser, parses the text into an AST document, then walks the tree to build an annotated string. Visit node uses a when expression on the node type. This is the visitor pattern. Each node type maps to specific styling. Headings get different font sizes by level. Level 1 is 32 SP bold, Level 2 is 26 SP, and so on. pushStyle applies the style, then pop removes it after the children are visited. Paragraphs visit their children and add spacing. Strong emphasis maps to bold, and emphasis maps to italic. Inline code and fenced code blocks both use monospace font with green color and a dark background. Bullet lists show a bullet character. Ordered lists track the start number and increment for each item. Links get underlined cyan styling. Block quotes use a vertical bar prefix with italic purple text. Thematic break draws a horizontal line. The Visit Children helper walks all child nodes in order. This recursive descent is what makes the visitor pattern work. And there it is, about 140 lines that convert any markdown into styled compose text. Next, the editor pane. This gives us a toolbar and a text field with keyboard shortcuts. We import material icons for the toolbar buttons and key event types for keyboard shortcuts. The toolbar is a row of 4 icon buttons: bold, italic, heading, and code. Each calls Insert Markdown to wrap selected text in the appropriate Markdown syntax. The outline text field uses TextFieldValue instead of plain string. This gives us access to the cursor position and selection range. The onPreviewKeyEvent handler catches Cmd+B and Cmd+I for keyboard shortcuts. The insert markdown function is the key helper. It takes the current text field value, wraps the selection in prefix and suffix, and computes the new cursor position. If nothing is selected, the cursor lands between the markers. About 90 lines for a fully functional Markdown editing pane with toolbar and shortcuts. Now the preview pane. This renders the parsed Markdown with selection support and scrolling. We import selection container for text selection and vertical scroll for overflow. Markdown Preview takes a Markdown string and uses remember with the Markdown as key. This caches the parsed annotated string and only recomputes when the text changes. The surface adds tonal elevation for visual separation. A clean 35-line composable. Now for app content. App content ties everything together with a sample Markdown document. We import TextFieldValue, since app content receives it from main. The sample Markdown showcases every feature: headings, bold, italic, inline code, bullet lists, links, a code block, a block quote, a horizontal rule, and an ordered list. The composable creates a row with 50 to 50 weight split. Markdown Editor on the left, Markdown Preview on the right. Simple state hoisting. Let us review the full file. Finally, main, KT. This owns the state and provides the menu bar for file operations. We import key shortcut for menu accelerators and file dialog for native file choosers. The window is 1200 by 700 dp. We use a mutable state of TextFieldValue initialized with the sample Markdown. The menu bar has a file menu with New, Open, and Save. New clears the text. Open uses java.awt.file dialog to pick a Markdown file and loads its contents. Save writes the current text to a file. Each item has a keyboard shortcut. Dark color scheme wraps app content. State flows down, events flow up. Let's review the file. Now let's compile and make sure everything builds. Here is the running app. The sample Markdown renders with styled headings, bold, italic, code, lists, links, and block quotes. Watch as we type new Markdown. Each keystroke updates the preview in real time. As the text grows, the preview handles headings, bold, italic, inline code, fenced code blocks, and block quotes. Now the toolbar. Hovering over each button and using the keyboard shortcut inserts the Markdown formatting around the selected text. Bold wraps in double asterisks, italic in single, heading adds a hash prefix, code wraps in backticks. A complete Markdown editor in about 350 lines of Kotlin, with live preview powered by the visitor pattern. Let us recap the 5 key takeaways from this lesson. First, Markdown parsing. commonmark-java parser.parse builds an AST from Markdown text. Second, the visitor pattern. Traverse AST nodes recursively, mapping each node type to styled text. Third, annotated string. SpanStyle for bold, italic, heading sizes, code font, and link colors. Fourth, TextFieldValue. Track cursor position and selection range for toolbar text insertion. Fifth, live preview. Remember, with the Markdown key caches the parsed result and recomputes on every keystroke. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more Kotlin desktop tutorials.